the 22nd. I guess the Lord had me in the right place, the right time, with the right commitment. I was president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And then we had agreed that, and I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed, after they signed their names to a petition, that we were going to march as a teacher group. And so on January 22nd, we met at Clark Elementary School here, which was the school where I attended the first grade through the sixth grade. We met upstairs, and we marched up a file. My partner was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. A.J. Durgan. He was the incoming president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And we led that march, teachers, for the first time in the United States, coming down the steps of Clark Elementary School, down Lawn Street, down to Alabama Avenue, down to the courthouse. Teachers, for the first time. Getting down to the county courthouse, that was standing next to the steps, the superintendent of education, the chairman of the board of education, to persuade me, because I was a teacher, to take the teachers back to the school because we had made a point, and that no longer should we try to pursue that right from that particular point. And I told them we had a right to be at the county courthouse. It was our courthouse. We were not backing down from our right to be there. And I asked the superintendent and the chairman of the board, who signed my check, to step aside. We went up those steps. Jim Clark had his deputies across the door, and he indicated that we were trying to make a mockery out of his courthouse. And we indicated to him that that was our courthouse also. He gave us 1 minute to move off of those steps. At the expiration of that minute, he took the billy club and jabbed us down the steps on the sidewalk. And my partner, Mr. A.J. Durgan, who, as I said, was my teacher, he was not quite used to that stuff like I was. And he asked me on the ground, he said, "What shall we do?" I said, "We are going back." He said, Yeah. And so we went back the second time. We jabbed down the steps after a minute, and he asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer, and he gave me the same response. The third time, when I really was trying to get all the teachers arrested, because teachers were not aware of the tremendous influence. They were the largest black professional group here in Dallas County. And so after going back the third time, he said, "If you don't go up these steps," Jim Clark said, "we're going to arrest you." I said to myself, "Exactly what I want you to do." And so after about 45 seconds, before that minute expired, someone on the inside of the courthouse came and pulled him on the inside of the courthouse door and said, I didn't go in there with him, but I can imagine what they told him. "For goodness sake, don't arrest those teachers."
That's right. That was the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese explaining what happened on January 22nd, 1965. That is the Teachers March. I love to hear that video. Love to hear him explain that in depth of what happened on that day. Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. I know we weren't here last week, but it's a joy to be back.
That's why it's a joy to be back. I must say that. A joy.
Yeah. To be in your presence. We got some good things going on. Great things going on. If you haven't booked a tour, we have a tour next weekend with about, I think, 10 or 12 people. Book the tour, FD Reese Historical Tour. All you got to do is go in your search bar and search that. It'll direct you to where you need it to be. Please book a tour. It is a very in-depth tour about the Selma movement in Selma, Alabama. It breaks down the organizational, the whole organizational thing, what our grandfather led and all of the different organizations that were implemented into the civil rights movement or the voting rights movement. Coming out of Selma, Alabama, we put some respect on Selma, Alabama name when we do the tour. Also, if you do not have the book Selma's Self-Sacrifice, please go get that on Amazon. It is a great book, great read, written by Dr. Frederick D. Reese and Kathy Walters. It is a great read, a must read. I will say myself, great read. What else do we have? Y'all know History on Apparel. We always have that. Neither one of us really have it on right now. I took my jacket off. I had it on. History on Apparel item from historyonapparel.com. Please go get that. What else do we have? Mr. Voting Rights. I know I've been saying it for a minute, but he is on the way. He is really on the way. So please, we're going to implement him in the show in a very creative way. So y'all don't want to miss that. A lot of things that we're going to talk about. Well, today we're going to talk about, y'all know we're going to talk about the two fellas that got suspended, but they have been reinstated with a little pressure. We're going to talk about that. But y'all already know what we do before we get into anything. After we pay the bills, we always bring First Nurse Kimberly Reese in to give us our health segment for the week. So you already know you don't want to miss this. You know she's gonna drop jewels like she do every week. So the health segment will be back. 30 seconds. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna drop them jewels. First Nurse Kimberly Reese is gonna drop them jewels for the health segment. So we'll be right back. What's going on? Welcome back to Leaders Podcast. What's up, Kim?
Hello, MJ. How you doing?
Doing good. I know you're going to drop them jewels for us this week, so I'm going to go ahead and get out the way and let you do your thing.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Thankful Thursday. As I always say, I'm here to bring you your weekly dose of health information. We are in the second week of April. It's a brand new month. And this week happens to be known as BMMA. BMMA stands for Black Mamas Matter Alliance. This week is set aside to observe and bring awareness to Black Maternal Health Week, and that's from April 11th through April 17th. For more information, go to the website at blackmamasmatter.org. Now, as I mentioned before, it's held annually. On the next screen, April 11th through the 17th. Black Maternal Health Week is a week-long campaign founded and led by Black Mamas Matter Alliance to build awareness, activism, and community building to amplify the voices, perspectives, and lived experience of Black mamas and birthing people. The week is intentionally held during National Minority Health Month and begins on April 11th annually to join dozens of global organizations in marking this day as International Day for Maternal Health and Rights, an opportunity to advocate for the elimination of maternal mortality globally. The activities and conversation hosted throughout the week intentionally center the values and tradition of reproductive and birth justice movements. Now, did you guys know that maternal death rate among Black Americans is much higher than any other racial groups? I thought this was very interesting. In 2021, it was 69 per 10,000, 100,000, which is 2.6 times higher than the rate of white women. So, African American women, Black women, I want you guys to be aware. And if you know something is wrong or you feel something is wrong and you're about to give birth, even after miscarriages, please go and alert your local healthcare provider, okay? And I also have more facts. In 2021, the U.S. had one of the worst rates of maternal mortality in the country's history, according to a new report from the Centers of Disease Control Prevention. The report found that 1,205 people died of maternal causes in the U.S. in 2021. That percent of 40% increase from the previous year. These are deaths that took place during pregnancy or within 42 days following delivery, according to the World Health Organization. The U.S. rates for 2021 was 32.9 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births, which is more than 10 times the estimated rates among other higher income countries, including Australia, Israel, Japan, Spain, which all hovered between 2 and 3 deaths per 100,000 in 2020. So these are some interesting facts. On the next screen, I also have a graph that shows this. The World Health Organization defines a maternal death as the death of women from any cause related to aggravated by pregnancy or its management during pregnancy and childbirth or within 42 days of termination of pregnancy. So as you see, Black women, we are the highest at 69.9% at that bar, going way above the 60% mark compared to our counterparts, which are Hispanics and whites. You're right, MJ. So this picture, I'm gonna go over two stories that talks about maternal deaths after giving birth. This first picture is Wanda Irving. She's holding her granddaughter, and she describes her daughter as a brilliant young lady. She worked for the CDC. That's her picture in the background on the wall. That's her daughter. She died at a very young age trying to give birth to her daughter. So now Mrs. Wanda is left caring for her granddaughter because she lost her daughter while she was trying to give birth. She was saying, as you see, Shalon Irving, that's her name, the lady who died giving birth. She lived in Sandy Springs, and she died in 2017 while giving birth to her daughter. Miss Wanda feels like her daughter's voice was not heard during this process. After having her daughter, she complained of headaches. She complained of swelling in her legs. She went back and forth to the doctors, and the doctors didn't do anything but send her home. 3 weeks after giving birth, she collapsed in her Sandy Spring home, and she died. So that left Mrs. Wanda to care for her granddaughter, and she said it's been a very hard experience. So I thought that was an interesting story. And the next story I have is about Judge Hatchett. And I'm going to display this through the videos that I have for you guys.
Vibrant, healthy, brilliant, beautiful woman, and that we all leave later without her.
Anybody who's familiar with the C-section understands it's pretty invasive and it's a pretty intense surgical procedure. So she's there and she's in recovery and a little bit uncomfortable, but starting to, show some signs. Some things weren't quite going right. I was sitting on the side of the bed, and Langston is in the incubator, and I can see the bag for the catheter that collects the urine begin to turn red with blood. From that point, the medical staff began to realize there was something wrong. As she became to be aware that something wasn't right, she still had this huge smile on her face. They took her back into surgery. They put me in a waiting room. It's just pin drop quiet. And I remember just being able to just simply hear a vacuum. I see a couple of doctors come towards me, and then they go on to tell me that her situation is critical, but they're still working on her. So at this point, I'm still on the side of optimism. I'm still thinking, go fix her and bring her back. We were there for what seemed like an eternity, and finally, some more doctors came back out, and they told me that she was gone.
Okay, that was one clip, and this is a shorter clip. probably taking a little while to come up.
Hold on one second.
Okay. But in the meantime, a lot of people are actually Black women. What can we do to prevent this? A lot of more women doulas are becoming more popular with Black women. So what is a doula? Do you have that next screen, MJ?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
See if I
What?
can read. So
Okay.
I got it now.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say a doula is actually an advocate you could have for women while giving birth. A lot of women, they go ahead and get doulas. They advocate for the woman during the birthing process. They make sure and monitor the woman throughout her process. And if something's going wrong, they speak up for her. So they're her advocate. Again, if something's not right, get to know your. Okay, you got the video. If you don't, we can go ahead and keep it. It's right over there. I see.
Yeah, it ain't
It's not uploading, but that's
yeah.
fine. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and discuss again what a doula is.
Gotcha.
Yep. So what is a doula? As I mentioned before, doulas are professional birth coaches who provide emotional information, physical, and mental support to women during the prenatal birth and postpartum periods. Doulas do not provide medical care, but they are extraordinarily knowledgeable about childbirth. Their major role is to provide necessary support to the mother leading up to the birth process. There are also specific types of doulas, such as anthropological doulas, and also who assist women who have high risk pregnancy or are on bed rest during pregnancy, and postpartum doulas who assist women during the postpartum period. So this could be very useful for women who are fighting postpartum depression, who don't feel their best. They actually have doulas to sit in with them after giving the childbirth and to look out for possible problems that arise from pregnancy and delivery. Also, the next screen, if there's something going wrong, remember, talk to your healthcare provider if anything doesn't feel right or if it's concerning. Know and seek immediate care. Experiencing of any urgent maternal warning signs, including severe headaches, extreme swelling of the hands or face, trouble breathing, heavy vaginal bleeding or discharge, overwhelming tiredness, and more. These symptoms could indicate a potentially life-threatening complication. Share recent pregnancy history during each medical care visit for up to 1 year after delivery, and connect with healthcare and social support systems before, during, and after pregnancy. And again, this issue is big for Black women because, again, we have been looked upon as being the people who can handle pain, tolerate pain, and we're not heard like we should when we really have a true problem because we're looked at as being strong. Or so again, this could be a racial problem as well too. So I just want to bring awareness, and that's all I have for you.
We appreciate that, Kimberly Reese. All first nurse Kimberly Reese, put some respect on it, always dropping the jewels and getting us right on our health tip. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yes,
we will be back. Do not go nowhere. First nurse Kimberly Reese is gone, but we ain't going nowhere, not yet. So we will be back. Y'all don't go nowhere.
All right.
Nice.
If you courageous, we got one for you. Reese, what you talking about? We paying respect to the ones before us. Okay, let's get it. It was 8 people who stood against injustice. They called them crazy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let me introduce you to the courageous 8. Yeah.
I got the mind and the muscle. With the grind and the hustle, I never back down, it's a habit. Nope. Adversity, I accept the challenge.
That's right, that's right.
Lion in the jungle.
Yeah, you can get it to them too.
No, that's your specialty, man. That ain't my area. That's not my area. You know what I'm saying? That's your
Welcome.
area, and you keep on making the people wait, man, for this Courageous 8 song, man. You know, what's the hold up? You know, I let you tell the people what's the hold up.
No, ain't no hold up. I just,
No
you know
hold up.
me, I like to do it right. So I want to, I want to give it right to the Courageous 8. I don't want to just play the song and not give them no type of visual to go along with it.
Okay. Then, right.
So I'm at least give them some clips and all that to go along with it, so they can like I got their names posted down there so they can see who the Courageous 8 is and you know what they stood for and all that, board of directors of the Dallas County Board of League. So I just want to give them a little visual with it. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's all it is. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about what we're gonna talk about. We know what happened over how long ago did this happen?
Last week.
Was it last week?
Mm-hmm.
What happened last week was two gentlemen was suspended. Expelled. I'm sorry. They were expelled. House of Representatives, right?
Yep.
They were expelled. Let me show the picture of them.
State House.
Yeah. Justin Pearson is the one on the right with the afro, and Justin
Jones.
Is the one on the left. These two gentlemen were suspended because Justin Jones. They were suspended because, well,
expelled.
Yes, expelled.
First time that was done.
First time in the history.
In 1900.
Right, 1900. Pretty much for a disagreement.
Yeah, basically, Justin Jones gave a beautiful, and that's an understatement, a beautiful word speech on the floor, and he was saying how, basically how disrespectful and how unhonorable this house is after the shooting when those kids got killed in the elementary school in Tennessee.
Correct.
In the house, they would not do anything about gun control.
Right.
And his speech, man, you gotta go back and listen to his speech. It was second to none.
Okay.
And those individuals in the house did not like this young man's speech. And they decided to expel him. And you know me, I don't believe it was just because they didn't like his speech. I believe because he was a young black man articulating himself well around a majority of white lawmakers, did not like it, what he said, and they expelled him. It was about race because both of them spoke against it. And the white lady, Miss Gloria Johnson, spoke against it, but she was saved by one vote. You see how that happens?
Right.
She's a white woman, but saved by one vote. But the two black men were expelled. And we in this country, and you have a lot of white individuals saying that it's not about race. Yes, it is about race. It has always been about race and economics. Okay.
Right.
So don't come at me with that. You can disagree with me about gun control, or disagree with him about gun control, but know that the reason those young men were expelled because they were black men speaking up against the system. You know, those things. This the hypocrisy of this. I guarantee if Donald Trump was in there speaking against the system, which sometimes he's right about,
right,
with those same words, they would not have expelled him.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's facts, MJ.
And Gloria Johnson came out and said she believed she wasn't suspended because she's a white. She wasn't expelled because she's a white woman. Right.
That's right.
Right.
Donald Trump has said worse things on the House during the State of the Union address than these young men said.
Right.
And they were right. You know what I'm saying? Those people wouldn't even vote to what you call it. They didn't even vote to Donald Trump. Man, I can't believe I got a brain freeze right now. He was what you call it when the president Bill Clinton got
impeached.
impeached.
Yeah.
Those same individuals would have been deaf to Donald Trump, but just and it's strange that they can hear these young men.
Right. They don't hear nothing Donald talking about, but they hear
nothing
that.
Donald talking about. But they hear these young men, man, and man, the nation salutes these individuals, these young black men, and that's what I mean. Black men. It's okay to say black, not just mean these black men stood up for what was right, and they said what was right, articulate themselves, did not demeanor, did not curse, did not do anything, but they articulated themselves well and got the point across. And they were still as far. So what do you have? You tell people this, bro. Learn how to have learn how to have good conversation and carry yourself in the right manner. You expel him for what they said at the house, but you will sit there and try to talk to the gangster rappers who killing each other, and the black gangster rappers who killing each other in the neighborhood.
Right.
Them saying on their rap, kill, murder, all the explicit things that they say, nothing is wrong with that.
Right.
I got my AK, I'm going up in the house, I'm gonna kill you, this and that. Nothing's wrong with that. Yeah, they can keep saying that. Right. But then when you have young men who can articulate themselves in a way and carry themselves in a way that, and they work for the government, they work for the people, oh, they're wrong, they out of line.
Right.
So it means, and excuse my language, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right. Right.
That's just real talk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
and what's good, we got to keep bringing things like this to the forefront to show the hypocrisy, to show what it is. Because like you said, that was a great analogy. You can sit down with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and everybody else,
Soulja Boy and everybody else.
Time, right?
That's right.
And talk to them, even though their lyrics and what they represent is right. And just to be honest, even though they are our same skin complexion and part of our community, whatever, but their message is detrimental to the community. Right.
That's
but
right.
You will sit down and have a whole hour interview with them.
That's right.
But these young gentlemen who articulate themselves in it, and they have decorum, and they're not breaking rules. They are talking and they are bringing great points. But you expel them. But see, then you have to reinstate them.
Yeah.
See, that's what confuses me. Because they were expelled because
for protesting, basically.
Right.
But that's a part of the whole American Constitution.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I have the right to protest. I have the right, and don't get me wrong, they have the right to bear arms, but man,
right.
I have the right to protest. I have the right for unlawful searches. I have these basic rights. So we have these basic rights to protest. And they were mad at they protested at the house.
Right.
The last time I checked, January the 6th, 2020. Am I right? 2020, right?
Was it 2020 or 19? No, it was 20.
2020.
2020, yeah.
2020, 2021, whatever. Y'all know what January 6th.
Right.
Individuals broke into the capital of these United States of America. Officers died, MJ. The president of the United States, of these United States, was basically telling the people to go up there and protest and go inside and take the Capitol.
Correct.
And overthrow the government. That individual is still running for president in 2024.
He is.
Yeah. And the only thing that they got him on right now, as of today, is that he used what's her name? Stacey Daniels. In 2016, he had an affair with her. And he got hush money. And the only thing they got on him today is because he used hush money so it would not get out that he had an affair, so that
Right.
he feel like it would be detrimental to him running for president.
Running for president. That's right.
But these individuals, they having the guns and have anything, then breaking the windows or nothing like that. And
Nothing.
they protested. But you got the audacity to expel them. But then the president who did it, you saying run again.
Run
You know
again.
what I'm saying? So as a black man in America to tell me that it's not about race, you lying. It's rules for different people in these United States. That's what I like to say. They love saying that in these United States of America. You get what I'm saying, bro?
That's real. And what we have to understand, like what we've been saying for a minute now, as a people, we have to wake up and look at what's in our faces. Because a lot of the times through the years, it has always been, some of the things were done behind closed doors, and a lot of things were done in our faces where they can get away with. Yeah. Now it's a different tactic. So we have to understand who we're dealing with, right? So when it's time to vote again, we always go back to that vote. You have to take these type of situations into consideration when you're voting for a particular party.
That's right.
Because as you can see, like you said, it's different rules for different set of people.
That's right.
Now we have to understand that, and then we have to know what we're dealing with and move forward in a strategic manner, like they did in the 60s.
That's right. So, and then you can't win because then you got Joe Biden sleeping on his desk.
He been asleep, boy.
You know what I'm saying? All the stuff for black people. You got Trump running again. The old heads. You got Trump 74, 76, however. Yeah. You got Biden finna be 80.
Biden finna be 80, bro.
He don't need to run again.
He don't.
But they can somehow work to expel these individuals. You get what I'm saying, Jay?
Right.
But when we talk about police reform, quiet. 100 black men could get 1,000 black men could get hung by a tree, lynched, and you won't see nothing happen. But remember this, bro. When the Black Panther Party that was created in Lowndes County, Alabama, 1965. A lot of people don't know it was created in Lowndes County.
That's right.
Black Panther Party came out of SNCC, okay, because they disagreed on some of the tactics Dr. King then was taking. Okay, that's how you got the Black Panther Party. But if you remember, when the Black Panther Party was arming themselves for their community, these United States of America passed these gun laws, okay? That was to prohibit and slow down what the Black Panther Party was doing. Guess what? The Black Panther Party wasn't going in those schools shooting up children.
Right.
They weren't going to nobody's homes killing people. They weren't dealing drugs on the streets. Think about the rappers can talk about guns and slanging dope. Nothing's going to be done about it. But these Black Panther individuals was taking care of their own communities. They were starting basically some type of welfare or WIC program that would help their own community. But guess what? And protect their own community. You pass laws to stop them on gun control.
Right.
When black folks was arming themselves at a masses, but you won't stop it now. And these are the same people's grandkids and kids who's doing this, bro. So you tell me, I like all my white people who watch us on this show, let it marinate in your heart. When you look at stuff when it's simple, stupid. This is simple, stupid. Black Panther Party was not shooting white folks. And during that time, they had every right to think that way for what was done to black people in America. They weren't killing white folks. They weren't going in white folks' schools. They weren't going in churches killing people while they praying. But y'all passed gun laws for that. So why you can't pass gun laws now? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I have guns.
Yeah,
I believe in arming yourself. But what's going on in America right now is they say people kill, guns don't kill, people kill. Well, look at the color of the people that's going up in these up in these schools and these churches killing folks by the masses. It ain't black folks last time I checked.
Right. We got to be real about it.
Last time I did, look at the news.
Right.
We had 17 school shootings this year, MJ.
It's April.
And it's April 17. No gun laws were passed. But when black folks was arming themselves, passed them gun laws. But you made automatics, you disbanded them.
Mm-hmm.
And black folks was getting. So if we want to fix, I would submit this. If y'all really serious about fixing the what they doing about the guns and these automatic weapons, this and that, I would submit all black people go register and get your gun license.
Or they gonna stop it.
Do it then.
Stopping it in.
Guarantee. If you get right now 1,000 black men go to the county, whatever county you stay in, this how you get your. If you want to know how to get your gun license, this what you do. Whatever county you stay in, the same place you get your marriage license, it's the same place you get your gun license. Go up there and get your gun license. I guarantee if 1,000 black men did that in one county in one day, they would call emergency session. Session is over with for the year. They will have an emergency session to say we got to do something about the gun law.
Facts, man. Facts.
It's the truth.
100% facts. 100% facts. I just want to know how many situations we got to see before we wake up. Because the election year coming next year, and guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna fall in line, man.
Sleepy Joe gonna wake up and say, if you ain't black, if you ain't vote for me, you ain't black. He been asleep the whole 2-3 years. He been.
And then 75-80% of us gonna fall for it.
Yeah, 99% of the black women gonna go vote for him. And remember, they ain't gonna remember that he wouldn't even sit down with the great honorable Gladys Knight.
Right. And
then I am not voting for him. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna vote for myself, MJ. I'm gonna write my name in.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have the black men who'll go vote for him. But remember, they were the same one who was talking about him when they was like, when he was right, how he treated Ice Cube, when he told Ice Cube to wait after he got elected. I wonder, has Ice Cube got an invitation to the White House yet? No. I guarantee he hasn't. No. So you told Ice Cube to wait after the election, then you told Gladys Knight no. So what you mean, basically, you don't want to do nothing just for black people, but you pass Asian crime bill. See, that Asian crime bill gonna come back and bite Joe Biden for the rest of his life and his legacy. Mm-hmm. It's gonna come back and bite him, and black people need to wake up, man. I'm not telling you out there to vote for Trump, but what I'm telling you is that Joe Biden ain't the answer.
Right. Jeff said, "Stay strapped." What up, Jeff? Right. Jeff said, "Stay strapped."
That's the truth.
That's 100%.
I don't want no black person with Democrat come telling me I'm wrong for what I'm saying about Joe Biden, because it's true. I would tell Joe Biden if I knew him, and I wish when he was in Selma I could talk to him, because I would have been the black man and telling Joe Biden, wake up. I would have. See, they don't like the right people. They don't let the right people get in front of them.
Right.
I don't want MJ. Listen, bro. I guess we get this from our granddad. I don't want a photo op. It doesn't please me to take a picture with a president. Mm-mm. I don't feel no special honor to have a picture with Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush. That does not move me. Mm-mm. What moves me, when you change the letter of the law that will help our people.
Correct.
Specifically our people first.
Correct.
Okay? Because God knows from the beginning, when the Mayflower, even before the Mayflower came to the United States, we go back to the late 1400s, 1500s. When they came, I'm not going to say the name I was about to say. In my mind, some stuff you just can't say. When they came over here, white folks have passed laws to benefit them the whole time. Mm-hmm. Just because we might want 100 years of laws that's passed to benefit black folks, we supposed to be wrong.
Right.
Well, to make everybody equal, you're gonna have to a group of people got to catch up. So it's a group of people that's Black American that lives in America today that deserve more laws passed for them than anybody else, because we got to catch up.
Got to catch up. Right. Got to catch up.
Shoot, man.
Got to catch up.
Man.
Yeah.
Shoot. That's the God's truth.
Yeah. So I mean, what do we? I know we talked about it through till our neck turned blue. Lobbyist group is a lot of things that we can do to kind of implement ourselves and to try to vote or come up with as far as black people, how we need to be united to get things done. Do you think, what do you think needs to happen? Because the shift has to happen, but do you think that with this upcoming election year, that is not going to change unless we do what?
Well, I would say this, MJ. Everything, it's not one way to do it. First of all, I need for Black people to understand that first. We got to stop disagreeing with each other publicly like we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. It's not just one way. What we can do is support people who have found a way. And then support that person, support that person, support that person. They got us thinking that Martin Luther King was the right way and Malcolm X was the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Both of their ways were right.
Mm-hmm.
One person don't have all the answers, man.
Right.
Two people don't have all the answers. First, we as Black people got to understand that first. And Black people got to be on code. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We do. Then Black people got to understand we are as good as we understand who we are. What I mean by that, you got them taking our Black women away now that they're not a part of the Black people fight. They're a part of the woman's fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so that takes them away from the Black fight because now they're more concentrated. Women got to have their right. Women this, women that. And I'm not saying women can't have their rights. What I'm saying is that we got to understand who we are as a people.
Right.
And then the LGBTQ community, then they use that community as another civil rights. Then they use the LGBT community to kind of like how Black people, is the same as Black. No, my color, my skin has nothing to do with my sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So then you got those people going out there with the LGBTQ community, and they feel like they got more to do for that community than their own Blackness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tactics that they use, just like they used tactics in the 60s. The tactics in the 60s, they was in the 50s and 40s, they just throw a bomb on your house and a cross and blow it up and set it on fire and hang men and women from trees and lynching and doing all that. Well, they can't do that now, even though we do that to ourselves, supporting gangster rap with all the killing that goes on from the music that got our mind all messed up. Mm-hmm. We do it to ourselves. We kill our own people with friendly fire, but understood, we can't hang people from trees. We can't blow up their homes, but what we can do is create different organizations to make them separate. And not understand that at the end of the day, we as Black people are stronger knowing that what? We are Black first, MJ.
Right.
Before I'm gay, I'm Black. Before I'm a woman, I'm Black. And we are as strong as we understand that we are strong together. Like the saying, divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. Well, they dividing us thinking that we gon' conquer some divided, and we not.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I must say you right on that, because even when me and you have talked certain community organizations and certain things that we've been to, certain events, even when my Black queens get up, it's a difference when our men get up and then our women get up. And it is also, you're 100% right, it's also an alliance with the LGBTQ community. So I agree with that, because I see it with my own eyes. And when our queens get up, it's more of a black woman, or Black woman did this, Black woman did that. Now, I must say that those things are needed, and those hurdles have to be jumped.
That's right.
So whenever I see a Black woman getting ahead, I promise you, I'm proud of her, because it does take, in most instances, it takes Black women to work double hard to get what she got, especially in the corporate world, than it does Black men. But at the same time, if we only applaud, and we only, every time when we have a platform, and we only show favoritism towards the Black woman, if I have a platform, then what it does, it does perpetuate what they are trying to do when it comes to separating us. Because they realized they couldn't separate us in the Jim Crow, they couldn't separate us with slavery. It took a lot to separate us. So then when they came in the home and they said, well, for you to be able to get these benefits, obtain these benefits, you got to pretty much take the black man out. So you're 100% right. So it is tactics. So now it's the Asian crime bill, and it's the separation of the black man and the black woman, and it's the separation of your blackness with the LGBTQ community. So that can't be fixed though.
That's right.
How can that be fixed?
Well, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. Who owns BET?
Who owns?
And since Bob Johnson sold it.
Sold it.
Who owns it?
I don't even know who owns BET.
I think it's a group of white people own it.
Oh, it is, okay.
When you convince people, because I feel like this, and I understand where black women coming from. They don't get the credit.
Correct.
That they should.
Correct.
And I tell men today, man, I don't like working with any man that has an ego.
Correct.
I put all egos aside and about egos. But what they have convinced us is that black men do not give black women their credit, and that's a lie. Because every celebrity that's married, I'm not talking about the single women, but I'm talking about the married folks. Every married individual that has some type of celebrityness or has attained some type of public figure or some that their eyes are on them. Every man I see, Samuel Jackson, I would not be here if it wasn't for my wife. Denzel Washington, if it was not for my wife. Barack Obama, if it was not for my wife. Who else? I could name so many. But they had convinced the black woman that their men doesn't say that about them. And that's just not so, bro.
Not so. You
get what I'm saying?
Right.
So to counter their what they're saying, that black men don't do that, they show the woman, when they put the woman in power or do something, look, go glorify the woman power, the womanness. But with the black man, when he's married, he says, if it weren't for my wife, what's her name? Sheena used to be an artist. I saw a documentary. Selena, she's a black artist.
Rapper, singer.
Oh man, I forgot the show that I saw on. When she talked about her life and how she overcome, whatever. You would not even know she was married when she talked about it. I said, wow. Wow. Husband is a good dude.
Right.
But everything was about the struggle in me as a woman, how I got the woman power. And I'm not saying women it takes a lot, bro. I'm not saying that we got to overlook it. What I'm saying is that I would like to see the woman say, man, if it weren't for my husband.
Right. And you know what? Now that you say that and I'm thinking about it, you're 100% right. Because a lot of the times I do hear the man, and I got to give my brother's credit.
It's LeBron,
and I hear him, even you the real MVP. And if it weren't for my wife, I wouldn't be able to be who I am. But I'm reluctantly going to say, when the same situation, woman, you don't hear that. I never hear Oprah say, if it wasn't for Stedman.
Yeah.
I never hear it.
How
I don't hear it.
You don't hear it. And that, first of all, we have to get that straight among ourselves.
You got to realize we're strong together.
We got to go back. R&B got to go back being the culture, the culture of our identity. It can't be gangster rap no more, bro. We got to take our culture back first. That's the problem. And there's nothing and I would tell every rapper, KRS and all them, man, they are the legacy of rap music was not supposed to be gangster rap, MJ.
Right.
Hip hop was not supposed to be what they made it today. Gangster rap is a government experience, MJ.
Mhm.
Experiment.
That's right.
Listen to me, bro. As they start building privatizing prisons,
Freezing. That's right.
states, and on the federal level, this is when you start seeing the rise of gangster rap.
Mhm.
Because I got to put a product out there because I got to fill these jails.
I get that free labor that I'm
I
not
gotta
getting
get
from
that free-
slavery. Right.
That 13th Amendment
Mm-hmm.
abolishing slavery and that big comma, abolishing slavery unless comma,
Guilty
you
of
are
a crime.
committing a crime.
Right.
And when you got caught committing small crimes back in the day, how
Still a
they
bubble gum.
gang,
Right.
America looked back and said, hold on,
We got some.
free labor.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do something about this. Or let's put these drugs in the community. Let them remember, Rayford Evans told you that he was talking to the White House.
That's right.
People don't go look at these documents. Look,
Mhm.
and this what white supremacy do. They'll put it right in front of you, and you don't even catch it. It go right
Yep.
over there. That man told you why Ronald Reagan there talking about take a bite out of crime. It's just like the mindset of Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A got a cow in front of you telling you to eat more chicken.
Right.
Got a cow in front of you telling you to eat more chicken.
So
The
you won't
government
eat me.
got crime dog. Told you to take a bite out of crime while they were putting the drugs in the community, MJ.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. What
Right.
you think? It's the same thing, bro.
Same thing.
And we bite it.
Mm-hmm.
And we let it become the culture of black people. We got to stand up and say we are tired of this gangster rap. It's so MJ. I'm tired of seeing rip. I mean, I was driving down Flat Shows the other day, man. Sleepy, good dude, in the streets,
Mm-hmm.
got killed right there at the food mart right before 285. Do you know how many times these young cats who came up in the barbershop that we saying rip to? I'm tired of saying rip. And the system jacked up, but it's our music that got these young Thundercats all in their emotions ready to ride.
Mm-hmm.
A lady, my wife driving down the River Road, bro. Right there, you get the Oak View. Lady pull the gun out on her. Oakville. Pull the gun out on her. Because Kim was letting somebody out stop on Wall Drop. You know how them houses is that need somebody to stop from to pull out the driveway on Wall Drop.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She was letting a woman out. The lady got mad, blew the horn at her. And so when she blew the horn at her again, Kim kind of blew the horn back. The lady went on, and she was making a right, and Kim was going straight on River Road, pulled the gun on her over there. Come on, MJ. It's just, the point is, MJ, our culture has been taken, and we're allowing white supremacy to play the game with us, bro. They don't care nothing about us. We got to go back to what we know. I went to the Legacy Museum in Montgomery, and guess what I saw? I saw slaves with wedding bands on, bro. They were married. Slaves, they were married, MJ.
Mm-hmm.
They understood we gonna get through this together.
Right.
We're separated.
Right.
And then I got one more thing to say. All these cats coming from Africa and Jamaica and overseas, these black folks coming from Europe and all that. Stop coming over here talking about how easy black folks got it. Because you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of these Nigerians, these foreigners coming over here talking about black folks got it easy, and you go to these white folks talking about us. Well, you ain't go through what my folks went through.
Right.
And the reason you got the things that you got today is because of the backs of black folks who died over here in these United States of America.
United States.
So I'm telling y'all too, start these black folks, stand up to these folks. Tell them, take your mouth off us.
Mm-hmm.
We got the right to tell you to go back where you came from.
That's real.
We had it hard, MJ.
Mm-hmm.
Our folks, our grandparents and our parents and our great grandmothers and grandfathers had it hard.
Right.
For these folks to come over from the water just because they black, that they got the right to talk about us, man.
Right.
Why are you coming over here? I remember one of my friends said this. And he was right. Tristan said this. He said one thing I got to respect about FD, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they stayed over here and worked against white supremacy. They didn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily went there. They could have easily got their money and packed up and went to Africa. They could have went anywhere in the world. But they stayed here for us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Put some respect on our name.
Right. Facts.
Real talk. I hear that all day. My wife telling me, man, they just talk about us. Man, shut up about us.
Mm-hmm. And on that note,
it's the truth, MJ. It's the truth, man.
Right.
If you're not gonna come over here and be with us and help Black people move forward, don't talk about us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't indulge in conversation that you don't know nothing about, bro.
Yeah, get with us.
Because y'all looked at Africans and they looked at us like we was crazy when America just showed us with the poverty side of Africa.
Right.
They gonna show like, oh man, Africa is beautiful, which it is, and it should be. That's the motherland.
Right.
So don't come over here and think that, what we talk about, that we just so lazy. What? Where you heard that from?
Right.
How we lazy?
Right.
But we ain't slaves? Because we ask him and we tell him we want what's owed to us.
Right.
Dog.
Yeah. Listen, we got to get out of here. We appreciate everybody staying in with us on the Lineage Podcast. Y'all know that I always say, if you haven't booked the tour, if you don't have the book, please go get it. FD Reese Historical Tours. Get the book on Amazon. Sell Myself Sacrifice. You see it right behind my brother. I'm holding it on the picture. Go ahead, bro.
And I'm starting a campaign, not vote for Joe Biden. Black men don't want Joe Biden back in the office.
There you go.
I'm starting, and I don't care who got something to say. I'm not giving Joe Biden another chance. I don't want to hear Joe Biden been in the Senate. He was the youngest serving senator.
That's right.
He walked in there from Delaware, and now he's been the longest serving public official, I guess, whatever you want to call him. And it's time for us to retire Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm telling you, Black men are not. We're gonna take the lead in our culture. And as men, and we started this, Black men do not need to vote for Joe Biden.
Right.
Okay? Simple as that. Joe Biden does not have our full best interests at heart. He got some, but not all. Let's stop being pimped by these politicians.
Right.
They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Y'all stop voting for them. I don't care if you got to leave it blank, MJ.
Yeah.
And that's going from the federal government all the way to your state.
To the state, that's right.
If they're not doing their job, leave it blank. Matter of fact, I'm gonna speak about Selma, Alabama. Some of them city council members in the city government ain't doing their job. Remember, in 2023 in Selma, Alabama, 2024, I think 2025, I think they get 6 years of city council. Remember that. You ain't got to argue with them. But guess what? When it's time to vote, I remember. I'm going to remember y'all response when that tornado hit in Selma, Alabama in 2023. Mm-hmm. I remember y'all sat on y'all blessed insurance and didn't want to pass a budget. I don't care, mayor, city council. I remember that y'all wouldn't go to dinner and sit there and iron stuff out for the better good of the people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're black, white, green, or yellow. If these public officials don't have your best interests at heart, I don't care if it's your cousin, auntie, second cousin, third cousin, or your own child. If they not doing the job, get them up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't meet in the middle of something, back in the day, MJ, we used to sit down and have dinner. My dad always talk about how different courageous 8 members and different politicians came to the house. Sometimes you got to sit down and talk about, start with the family, how the family doing. MJ, how Malia doing?
Right.
How Shameen doing? You know what? How was your day today, MJ? Was it good? You know, I want to talk about some things that let's talk about what we agree on first. And I know we disagree on some things, but I want to get more insight why you disagree with this.
Right.
How about go to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How about being cordial with each other, man?
Right.
I don't get this. I don't get who have we become
Yeah.
as a people in persons that we can't sit down
And sit down.
and disagree with someone and say, man, I don't care. Let's go have a beer.
Yeah.
Go to the St. James, dinner on me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Dinner
Right.
on me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk, because at the end of the day, the people, man, the people hurt when 10 individuals can't get along
Right.
and can't get nothing done. But they fine.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt, MJ.
Right.
People, bro. The people hurt. Man, bro.
That's crazy.
It ain't always racist white folks, man.
Right.
It's us,
Yeah, sometimes.
it's us too, bro.
That's right.
So I'm telling you, I said Selma, Alabama. I want to see some folks who don't sit down and talk. We just stop being clicked up. Let me tell you, MJ, I know we got to go. I got to say
I
that.
think Danny said you need some security.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to hire. I'm gonna have to hire some, but it's the truth, and they can play this back. We as a people, when we have come that we can't get personal with each other. I
Right.
just don't get it. If you know your cousin then like to click up, why would you vote for them for any public official in office?
Right. Right.
If you know they messy in the darn community,
Right.
why put them in the office? Huh?
Right.
Why? If you know they got an ego, why put them in office?
Why put them in there?
Come on, MJ. If you know they fast talkers and they slick with their mouth and they are driven by their charm, why put them in office?
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody, I ain't blaming not one person, I'm blaming everybody
Mm-hmm.
in Selma, Alabama, because Selma, Alabama is dear to my heart. I'm going from the mayor of Selma, Alabama, all the way through the city council, and I know each and every last one of them. Examine your heart at night, and everybody get on there talking about God. Stop speaking of the Most High God when you're not going to do the things the word tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
The word say, go to your brother.
That's right.
You feel me? Stop
Mhm.
putting God in it now. If you ain't going to truly walk all the way in the word.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean truly. Because at the end of the day, see, yeah, I know I'm the grandson of FD Reese, but I got family that stay in East Selma.
Right.
I got family that stay in Smoky City.
Mm-hmm.
I got family who's affected by the egos and just the people who don't want to work and just want to talk and point fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? I got family in Selma who's affected by the laziness. The people that want to sit in office and watch it because they want to be mayor, they sit there and let things crumble. Think about our family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
That's the truth. So Selma,
Mhm.
Alabama, I'm calling you out. I promise you, I'm calling you out. And guess what? If nothing changed, I promise you, my wife might disagree with me. Y'all gonna make me come to Selma and run for office. I'm tired of it, MJ. Because I go to East Selma, I see my aunties stay in East Selma. I see my aunt Jackie and my aunt Peg who stay in Smoky City. And the government down there in City Hall can't get it right.
Right.
I don't care who you are. It's a shame. Now,
Thanks.
I think I'm done now.
Yeah, we're in on that.
And I was saying, if you have any problem with anything I just said, next Saturday on the 22nd, I'll be at 1566 Marie Foster Street.
That's
At
right.
12 o'clock doing a tour. I leave at about 12:30 and head down to R.B. Hudson. I'll be there for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to Clark Elementary. You can meet me there. I leave Clark Elementary about 30 minutes from there. We'll be heading down to the courthouse. If you want to meet me there, you can meet me there, or you can meet me at Brown's Chapel, or you can walk across. We could talk about it walking across the bridge. It don't matter.
It
But
is.
Alan Reese gonna stand on his loins and stand on truth. And I will tell you to your face how I feel and what needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that, bro.
That's real. So we're in on that note, and we appreciate y'all being on the Lineage Podcast. All the people that has been loyal listeners and loyal viewers, we appreciate y'all all day. Appreciate our team, Frederick D. Reese Foundation team, and everybody that's been with us from the beginning. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. We will be in Selma next weekend. Enjoy your weekend. But before we go to Selma, my niece playing basketball this weekend.
That's right.
In North Carolina, right?
Winston-Salem.
And Winston-Salem. We going down there. We going where there's over there.
Yeah.
To check out.
Mhm.
We wish her and her team the best. So we'll be in attendance with that. But enjoy your weekend. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. We'll see y'all next time.